Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice is an action-adventure video game developed by From Software and published by Activision. The game takes place in the Sengoku period in Japan, and follows a shinobi known as Wolf as he attempts to take revenge on a samurai clan who attacked him and kidnapped his lord. It was released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on March 22, 2019. Gameplay is focused on stealth, exploration, and combat, with a particular emphasis on boss battles. Although most of the game takes place in fictional areas, some areas are inspired by real-world buildings and locations in Japan. The game also makes strong references to Buddhist mythology and philosophy. While creating the game, director Hidetaka Miyazaki wanted to create a new intellectual property, IP, that marked a departure from the Souls series of games also made by From Software, and looked to series such as the mysterious Murasame Castle and Techu for inspiration. Sekiro received universal acclaim from critics, who commonly compared and contrasted it to the Souls games. While its high level of difficulty received some criticism, praise was directed toward its gameplay and setting. By August 2019, the game has shipped 3.8 million copies worldwide. It was also nominated for and won several awards and accolades. Control is an action-adventure video game developed by Remedy Entertainment and published by 505 Games. Control was released on August 27, 2019 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. The game revolves around the Federal Bureau of Control, FBC, a secret U.S. government agency tasked with containing and studying phenomena that violate the laws of reality. As Jesse Fade, voiced by Courtney Hope, the Bureau's new director, the player explore the oldest house, the FBC's paranormal headquarters, and utilize powerful abilities in order to defeat a deadly enemy known as the Hiss, which has invaded and corrupted reality. Throughout the game, the player gains new abilities by finding objects of power, mundane objects like a rotary phone or a floppy disk imbued with energies from another dimension, that have been at the center of major paranormal events and since recovered by the FBC. Control is inspired by the fictional SCP Foundation, an online project of user-created stories of paranormal objects, and based on the genre of the new weird. The environments of the oldest house are designed in the brutalist architecture, common for many oppressive governmental buildings, and which also served as a good setting to show off the game's destructive environmental systems. Control was one of the first games released to take advantage of real-time ray tracing built into the hardware of newer video cards. In addition to Hope, additional voice work and live-action footage is provided by James M.C. Caffrey, Matthew Porter, and Mark T. Suosolo, while the band Poets of the Fall provided additional music. Call of Duty: Modern Warfare is a 2019 first-person shooter video game developed by Infinity Ward and published by Activision. Serving as the 16th overall installment in the Call of Duty series, as well as a reboot of the Modern Warfare sub-series, 1, 2, 3, it was released on October 25, 2019, for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. The game takes place in a realistic and modern setting. The campaign follows a CIA officer and British SAS forces as they team up with rebels from the fictional country of Urzikstan, combating together against Russian forces who have invaded the country. The game's Special Ops mode features cooperative play missions that follow up the campaign's story. The multiplayer mode supports cross-platform multiplayer and cross-platform progression for the first time in the series. It has been reworked for gameplay to be more tactical and introduces new features, such as a realism mode that removes the HUD, as well as a form of the ground war mode that now supports 64 players. Infinity Ward began working on the game soon after the release of their 2016 title Call of Duty: Infinite Warfare. They introduced an entirely new engine for the game, which allows for new performance enhancements such as more detailed environments and ray tracing capabilities. For the campaign, they took influence from real-life conflicts, such as the Syrian civil war and terrorist incidents that have occurred in London. For the multiplayer, they scrapped the franchise's traditional season pass and removed loot boxes,